breaking travel news in Barbados for this very important travel and tourism event. We're looking at the state of the tourism industry across the entire Caribbean. We're going to give you very much an A to Z, I was going to say, but there is no Z. So it's A to T. Antigua right through to Trinidad and also Turks and Caicos is where we're starting. So Mr. Jolly, thank you for joining us on Breaking Travel News.
It's a pleasure, Phil. I appreciate you having me.
Looking at the various aspects of this conference, what is the road ahead for you in Turks and Caicos? What are your plans?
Well, in terms of the theme of the conference, sustainability, it is the clear mandate of not just our tourism industry, but our entire government and country. And I view my phase as the face of sustainability and resiliency, building sustainability and resiliency in the tourism industry in Turks and Caicos Islands. We are one of the first to have conducted a carrying capacity report done through Target Euro, and we are the first, and it spoke clearly on how we are to move forward to make the tourism product that is so important to our industry a sustainable, the most sustainable version of that.
And also alongside sustainability, data. People are talking about data and AI, artificial intelligence. How are you embracing those aspects?
Well, absolutely. I think you would have just seen a presentation by Ms. Boone, and she mentioned that in terms of sustainability, data, authenticity, resiliency, these are all very important. Now, for us, it's not just, the data isn't just based on AI and data mining, it's getting the data from our actual visitors. What's important for us, especially in every aspect, whether it's route development, because we're a country made up of 40 islands and keys.
Really?
And
40 islands?
40 islands. So the majority of our tourism traffic takes place on Providenciales right now, but it is a main goal of mine to spread that wealth throughout the island. And an important part of that is knowing where our visitors are coming from, not just from their flight, but where they actually live, and where do they go once they've arrived in Turks and Caicos Islands. Do they actually go to Grand Turk, North Caicos, South Caicos? So that data is important for us in every aspect of decision making.
Yeah, because when you're on holiday and you travel a lot, one gets fed up with having to fill in these questionnaires, be it written ones or online. So are there ways where you can get that data without involving the guests in time-filling forms?
Absolutely. I think there's so many digital tracking services. We would have seen companies here pitching their particular services. You've seen that travel in general has gone away from filling out forms and presenting your ID. I think I came from World Routes on the way here, and we came from Hong Kong through LAX, and the entire process I didn't have to pull out my passport. In fact, I walked up to the gentleman, he told me to put my passport away. The camera had already recognized what it was. And we're working with those companies. We're implementing our own electronic border systems that once you've provided the information, it automatically updates, it feeds in, obviously with your permission. But these are just some of the many steps in which we're trying to make our process more efficient.
Now, I'm in a bit of a quandary, and so many of our viewers will probably be in a quandary when it comes to the Caribbean. So many different destinations. I said at A to T, Antigua through to Turks and Caicos. What are you going to tell me why I should choose you over the other islands?
That's an excellent and very easy question.
Yeah.
We always say sand, sea, and sun. And we have the best sand, the best sea, and the best sun. But what separates us from everyone else is our unique culture. And that's what we want to be the face of our tourism product moving forward. You will never find a more warm and welcoming and engaging people than the people of the Turks and Caicos Islands. And it will be unlike any experience you've ever seen, because you arrive, for example, in Providenciales, where our major airport is, and you will get a completely different experience once you go to North Caicos, which is our green island where our agriculture and farming takes place. It's actually the birthplace of my parents. Or you go to the fishing capital, South Caicos, where I grew up, where everyone fishes, everyone knows how to swim. Or you go to our nation's capital, Grand Turk, which is not just the center of government and also our cruise island, one of the most unique geographical designs. You walk 100 feet offshore and it drops multiple miles. It is the diving capital of the world. It is the migration route for the sperm whale, and so many whale enthusiasts travel there every winter season to see their migration route. So you come to Turks and Caicos and you think you're going to get one experience, but you end up with 40 different experiences.
A multitude of experiences. And in terms of source markets, I understand you're sort of trying to embrace the Middle East, Dubai,
Absolutely.
where I've been based for many, many years. The Arabian travel market is going to be important to you.
Absolutely. Well, hopefully this relationship, you having lived there for decades, can hopefully benefit it. You guys can help us expand in that market. But we're already strong. We can always grow. We're already strong in North America. My priority areas as the Minister of Tourism is West Coast U.S., Central South America, Europe, but most importantly the UAE. And we've been very aggressive. We've been talking to airlines like Emirates on how we can establish routes, whether working with partners within the region, and we've begun marketing and promoting aggressively in that specific area because we believe that as a high-end destination, their market appeals to what we offer, and we want them to understand that we're open for business to them.
And a final message from you. Let's say the conference series, One Caribbean, One Sea, One United travel destination. What would be the single one message you would like to finish off with?
Well, I like the line One Caribbean. We talk about resilience, we talk about sustainability, but the reality is when the entire Caribbean works together as one unit, we're more powerful than any large continent or large country in the world. We represent buying power, we represent tourism, we represent some of the most unique cultural makeup that no other continent can offer. And if we begin to understand more that we can work together as a collective, we will have better negotiating leverage with airlines and cruise lines. And not only that, we can curate a package that's more palatable to visitors around the world. So One Caribbean needs to not be a theme, it needs to be a mandate.
Minister Johnny, thank you very much indeed for joining us on BreakingTravelNews.com.